Did we ever talk about this deal? I called off my wedding. The internet will never forget. Did we talk about this story?
We didn't talk about it, but I briefly remember seeing it in the show prep. But go ahead.
Okay, so this was from Wired. I put this into our show notebook a while back, and it got kind of pushed down. In 2019, I made a painful decision, but to the algorithms that drive Facebook, Pinterest, and a million other apps, I'm forever getting married. And basically, it's just that. Once you feed the internet this idea that you're getting married, it will be convinced that you're getting married forever. And even if you're not this particular person,
right,
and you do end up getting married, the internet may still just always think that you're getting married and constantly serve you the same ads over and over and over again. And so the idea here was like, I kind of need to go in and prune up the social media stuff. Like, it's one thing to have ads coming at you like, hey, here's a floral, here's a bouquet. Go with me on this. And
okay. Gotcha.
But it's another thing when it's like, here's a great memory of you and your fiance, who dumped you or cheated on you or whatever, that it's hard to get the internet to forget that you're getting married.
So how do you do that, Matt? Do you have to go into your Pinterest and like delete your boards? How do you do your pruning?
Luckily, I've never been getting married, so I personally don't have...
Okay. How would one do their pruning?
Well, I think that's kind of the point of this article is good luck. Like, clearly, you could go in and just start deleting photos out of your Facebook, and I think a lot of people naturally do that anyway when they break up.
Right.
Go in and find all the old photos of their ex and delete them out of there. But you just never know. There they are lurking in the background of a different photo or something, So I think basically the lesson here is go to the public library to do all of your search about what you're...
Okay.
And that way it doesn't follow you forever. Just in case, you're like, oh yeah, we're getting married, but I got to make sure I do all of my searching for wedding supplies off of my particular grid, just in case, it doesn't... just in case it doesn't work out.
So... when you go off of when you because you don't Google things, you DuckDuckGo or
I will give in and Google things because DuckDuckGo, especially if you get really specific on searches, Google just has too much input. There's just too many people using Google that makes it superior in some ways for specific, like more obscure searches. So I will bail on DuckDuckGo from time to time.
Okay,
if it's not giving me the results I desire. And for the unfamiliar, DuckDuckGo is a privacy-focused web browser. Like, we're not going to track you all over the internet. So, if you search for something, you're going to get a relevant ad. Like if you search for pizza or something, you're going to get a relevant ad. But if you search for pizza, you're not going to get a result for, like, I don't know, a dress or something that you searched for 5 years ago. It's not going to follow you around forever. Like, that's how they make their money, is by putting ads that are related to the thing you search for, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then every once in a while I got to bail, and then I feel sad. I feel defeated. Like, I had to go to Google instead.
Oh,
I know.
Poor Matt. Womp womp.
Yeah, womp womp. It's been a bit since we've had a womp womp moment.
I know. That's probably a good sign.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Like we've been having more of an uplifting show or something?
Right. There's been less want moments.
I don't think we were necessarily a want-centric show in the first place, but yeah, it has been a bit since we've gotten our want on. So,
and it just comes out. I don't know that I could stop it if I tried.
Want.
Yep. I did get a new book, and I know I'm going to mess up the name of it, but it's like the pub trivia book. So if you wanted to set up like your own trivia night, there's like over 200 different categories, and there's 10 questions per category. And we were having a lot of fun with that book last night in our house. And I'm thinking, now that the times are getting back to, like, what are you calling it? Normalish times?
After times-ish?
After times-ish, yeah.
I think that's right.
I was thinking, how fun would a trivia night be? And I said that to Monty, and he was like, No, it's not. He did not like trivia night when we did trivia night. We've only done one. It was a lot of fun, I thought. He didn't like it as much. But it basically it's a paperback book that sets you up to do a trivia night if you wanted to. And I thought, how fun would that be? Matt, have you ever done a trivia night?
Well, I've partaken in trivia at like a bar. So it's like a similar type of deal. But in
I've never done
form.
that.
Oh, really? You've never had the opportunity to do whatever trivia? Oh, man, Kate.
We did a fundraiser for our school, and I thought it was so much fun. It was a trivia night, like kind of styled after the bar trivia nights.
Yeah.
And then everything shut down, so I never got to do a trivia night again. But now I've got this paperback book that I'm like, I don't know why I keep saying paperback. Like that makes me sound cooler or weirder. Either way.
Yeah, it's like, I hope you didn't invest money in a hard bound.
Right.
What's it called? Hardback?
Hardback. What is this called? The book? Yeah.
Right.
But now that I've got this book, it's like, okay, how can we organize this? How can we get this going? Let's get it.
Get it.
But I don't want to organize it. I want to play.
Find a trivia night at a bar somewhere as we get into after times or whatever. Once you're feeling comfortable. I'm shocked that you have not done this before.
No, I've always wanted to, and it's never worked out.
Well, have you've been into a place before when trivia is going on, right?
No.
No? Somehow you've avoided that your entire life?
No.
What?
Yeah. Right? No,
I
I haven't. I've seen it like trivia nights on Tuesdays, and I'm like, oh, that'd be fun to do, and then I never go.
Blowing my mind here.
I know. For someone super competitive and someone who loves trivia, how have I never done this? I get it.
Yeah, there's been nights before I've walked into a place and almost felt like I wasn't welcome there because I really didn't want to partake in trivia, you know? Yeah, it's like,
who's this guy?
Take the trivia board or take the little computer device thing where you type in your answer.
Yeah.
And sit down.
And see, we did it as a school fundraiser, so you got an envelope with all of the questions, and then you got an envelope with like blank answer sheets. And then after round one, you turn in your answers, and someone was putting them in for you. So it wasn't digitized. It wasn't immediate. It took a while, and it was a fundraiser. So you drank a lot, and then you donated more, and you drank a lot, and you donated more, and it's for the children.
Yeah, it's for the children, right? Mm.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun.
So you think about opening up your own bar and grill and you can have trivia night there?
Oh, how about opening up my driveway?
Ooh.
Bring your cooler, bring your own,
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you do that? Like dry erase boards?
Invite Chad and Anna, Gene and Kim, Kevin and Valerie, and Mark. And we still don't know Mark's spouse's name.
No, I haven't seen her either.
Unbelievable. Invite them all over.
Yeah.
Trivia night in the driveway. Kate's place. So when are we going to find out this Mark's wife's name or spouse or what? Are they married? Is Mark married?
They are married. They're married because he said my wife a couple of times, but
okay.
I haven't seen her this week.
Oh, what's your wife's name? That's all it takes.
That's weird.
Is it?
That's weird. Well, my wife, she was doing blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah? What's your wife's name?
Yeah. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. No.
Well, it'd be weird if it was me asking.
Yes, it would.
It's like, why? What are you trying to do? Trying to move in on my territory here? Come on.
Oh, man.
But you, Kate, seem less threatening if you were to ask that question. So don't expect me to ask Mark what his wife's name is.
Okay.
Oh.
I think eventually we've smiled.
You'll find it out eventually. I just expect that once you learn it, you'll let me know, right? I don't have to ask every single day if you've learned.
I know that you've had many a sleepless night.
Yeah.
Wondering what Mark's wife's name is.
I'm going, okay, Mark and
Marcia.
Tiffany.
No, she's definitely not a Tiffany.
Really? Okay.
I think she's too old to be a Tiffany.
Oh.
Yeah.
One's a Tiffany ageist. I see.
I am. I don't think Tiffany hit the name waves until like what, 60s, 70s?
I don't know. How old is Mark?
He's got to be in his 60s.
Okay. All right. I'll just be patient.
And his wife doesn't look like she's. Okay, if it's a Tiffany, I'm going to be surprised.
Okay.
I'm going to go with something like Marsha or Alice or
Mark and Marsha.
Mark and
Alice. You're just naming characters from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, not intentionally.
Or maybe Jan.
And definitely not Cindy.
Oh, Jan. Doesn't seem like a Cindy. Her curls aren't right.
Marsha.
Sam the Butcher. Is it possible her name is Sam?
It's possible.
Sam the Butcher? Okay.
Maybe not the Butcher, but...
Yeah, could be Sam. Samantha? Could she be a Samantha?
Could be Sam.
Okay.
Sure.
I can't wait till we find out.
I mean, you're a little bit more excited than I am about this.
Well, yeah, because I got to add her to the repertoire of all the names of your neighbors. Right now I sound silly saying, oh, maybe your neighbors, Chad and Anna, Jean and Kim, Kevin and Valerie, Mark and Sam the Butcher. It's just sitting there.
Right?
Vacant. Yes. Right.
Oh, poor Matt. And if we had mailboxes, I could go through their mailbox to find out, but we don't.
Oh, you guys are exempt from the postal service in your neighborhood?
We got a cluster box.
Oh, I see. You got to walk down to it, and you got to
have a key.
Share the box with like an animal. Is that what you're saying?
No, you don't share a box, but I mean, we have our own mailbox.
Yeah, but you've got mail that's adjacent to someone else's,
lumped in with 20 other mailboxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you regret that? Do you regret this house now?
No.
My mailbox is right outside my front door, Kate.
I will take the cluster box over an HOA in a heartbeat. And I will take the mailbox, the cluster box, over the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, the cluster box doesn't bother me as much.
Is that what that's called?
Uh-huh.
A cluster box?
Yeah.
Really? That's an official name? Interesting.
That's what I've always been told it is. So I've yet to, buck the system.
I guess it's never come up in conversation before for me.
I don't know how. It's so dang riveting.
Yeah.
I mean...
Right? Yeah, add it to our list.
Oh, man.
Items here. So I was making beans. Actually, I haven't made beans in a while.
I was going to say, you've been eating a lot of eggs, or you've not eating a lot of eggs. You've been posting a lot of eggs on the Insta, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've become a food blogger, kind of.
Look at you go.
Do those items look appetizing?
Sometimes.
Sometimes they look like, I don't know about that one.
No, sometimes it just looks like something that I'm glad that it makes you happy.
Makes me happy.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just sustenance,
I'm right. I'm trying to remember what you called the food that I made one time that you... it was not very flattering. I can't remember what you called it, though.
Okay. I don't remember this moment. No.
When I put the beans in the food processor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what you called it, though. And no, it was not appetizing to begin with, but you definitely took it a step farther.
Yeah, I don't think I called it like baby diarrhea, but something like that, right?
No, I think it was something along those lines, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm remembering. Yeah, because you blend your black beans and mix them with the taco meat.
Yes.
You hide the black beans from yourself and from your family.
In this particular blend, it was Rotel and black beans. So it was like a reddish, brownish.
Oh, yeah. It did not look like a healthy bowel movement, no.
I think that's exactly what you said. No. I am going to ask you about one of your Insta. Do you put cheese slices on your eggs on your salad? Is that a cheese slice?
Yes, that's a cheese slice. It's not on the actual eggs, right? It's like adjacent to it or something.
Right next to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheddar cheese, big old block of cheddar cheese. Oh, yeah, you're looking at the scrambled eggs one?
No.
I'm catching up on oh, okay. Yeah, the one with a couple
over easy.
Yeah. Come on, that looks amazing. And there's that's bell pepper. So there's cheddar cheese at the low right.
Right. What's the greenery?
That's spinach.
So is this like a salad?
I guess.
Okay. I mean, you didn't cook the spinach, did you?
There actually is a layer of cooked spinach in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I read that, like cooked spinach helps you digest some of the things in spinach. As opposed to just eating it raw. But that raw spinach also has some benefits. And so I try to have it both ways a little bit from time to time, mix it up.
Look at you.
And then I ended up with too much spinach. And so I needed to go through spinach quickly. So I cooked some and then I threw raw spinach on top of it for this particular dish. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you ever freeze your spinach?
No, I've never frozen fresh spinach. I used to get, already frozen spinach. But no, I have not ever just thrown fresh spinach in the freezer. You recommend that?
I do. Because if you don't think you can go through the bag fast enough, you take a big chunk and you put it in your Ziploc and then you throw it in your freezer and then you can use it for smoothies or you can throw it in your eggs too or whatever.
Use it for smoothies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer to eat my smoothies pre-smoothed,
Gotcha.
I just like to eat all the ingredients by themselves and not smooth them.
Gotcha.
And yeah, a decent bit of that is because I don't want to mess with the dishes of the smoothie device or whatever. Blender?
Yeah.
Is that the word I'm looking for? Okay.
The device?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Getting hungry for spinach so early in the morning.
All right, Popeye.
Like one says, I'm starving for spinach. Great.
Well, doesn't that mean you're needing some iron? Doesn't spinach have iron? No?
Yeah, it does. That's right. Iron, calcium, I think, is in there.
Okay.
Yep. And I beat up Brutus or whatever. And then make sweet eyes. I just make eyes for olive oil.
Just make eyes?
Yeah, I make eyes for her because this is a G-rated cartoon. Okay. My fantasy, yeah. What did you drink this morning?
I've had some water because the tea that I have I don't like.
Okay.
I know. I tried though. I tried.
Just water? Okay.
Yep, just water.
What's wrong with your tea?
I don't like it.
Well, I mean, come on. Expand on that thought.
It's orange.
Okay.
Cinnamon something. And
yeah.
I don't like the back end of it. I don't know. It smells good, so I was trying to breathe it in.
Okay. Yeah, try to clear out a little bit, but then you're like, this tea's gross. No thanks.
Yeah, it just doesn't taste good. And I'm not a hot drinker other than hot chocolate.
Oh, no hot beverages for you unless it's hot chocolate, no hot tea?
Well, I do hot tea because I know it's better for me than, not if I've got a sore throat or something. But
oh, right. Yeah, the soothe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not my favorite.
Is this tea that you stole from the clubhouse at your apartment?
Yes.
Okay. You still have access to that place?
No, not anymore. So I took a handful of all their teas.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do?
Well, I'll just go through my little packages, and I was like, well, we'll try this one. And I've got a green tea that I can't remember if I liked or if that's the one that made me sick. And Earl Grey didn't sound good. And there's a lemon and ginger, but I don't like ginger. So I was like, oh, let's try the orange and the cinnamon. It wasn't very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you simply drink tea almost as if it's like a cough syrup or some kind of medical thing? Okay.
Yes, I don't drink tea for fun.
I do.
I know.
Oh, man. Yeah, I have a blast.
I know. You're like,
uh-oh, Matt's had too much tea.
Tea time. Whoop, woo.
Well, I tell you what, the other day, I've talked about how I've been getting into cold brew.
Yeah.
And I started brewing it, for the first time the other day, I brewed it stronger than normal. With the idea of, because it's like a 24-ounce little thing I end up putting it in, like little thermos thing.
Okay.
And it's like, make it stronger, and then thus you'll have to brew less as time goes by, right?
Right.
Because you just dilute it. You can brew, cold brew really strong, and then you simply just add more water to it or if you're in the milk or whatever it is that you would have with your coffee.
Sorry.
Or creamer, what?
Milk on a cold brew of tea?
No, coffee.
Okay,
coffee.
thank you.
Cold brew coffee, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I made this really strong cold brew coffee, and I thought I had diluted it appropriately. I did not, and I was getting like waves of anxiety. It was like,
gosh.
Too
much
caffeine, so.
I like iced tea a lot, but sometimes if the iced tea is too strong, like it makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just got... Dr. Pepper doesn't let me down like that, but tea, when I'm trying to be good, sometimes like, well, you wanted caffeine, now you're going to vomit.
All right, so you indeed are a pepper.
Gosh, I love the pepper.
I can relate, if I have an empty stomach, and especially if I had beverages the night before. In fact, I think we even talked about this once. If I then throw tea on an empty stomach, it's like, well, watch out. Better get the Tums ready because stomach not going to be pleased potentially. I've never thrown up after drinking tea in the morning, but definitely been times when I'm like, ooh, gosh.
Like maybe you shouldn't operate a vehicle though.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes that's what like the shakes that I will get from tea and like the nausea, and it's like I don't know if I should be driving right now.
Oh, really? That bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But I keep on trucking, so there's that. Did you hear about that lady who washed a winning lottery ticket in her jeans?
No.
$20 million lottery ticket.
Wow.
And the lottery won't claim it.
Well, yeah, I don't blame them.
I mean...
Like if it's illegible.
I mean, yikes.
How does she know? Does she always pick the same numbers or something?
I don't know. I was trying to find out which state it was in, and I can't find it. I saw it somewhere. It was like Bonehead Story of the Decade. Like, yeah. I can't imagine the guilt that I would feel. Oh, my goodness. Like, I just ruined my once-in-a-lifetime shot.
California lottery.
Okay. I never wash my jeans, so it probably wouldn't happen to me.
Yeah, you really shouldn't. Avoid washing your jeans.
I mean, I do wash my jeans. I just don't wash them very often.
Give them a sniff from time to time.
I have.
But
I have the Tide spray.
You have given...
Tide spray them, hang them up. They're good to go.
Tide spray, was that like Febreze or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it's like a Febreze spray, but it smells like Tide. Which, if I would have had that in college, I don't know that I ever would have done laundry.
Right. I hear that.
But I lived on the smoking floor, so you had to do your laundry every now and then because it did smell like smoke.
Yeah.
And going to the bars, they could still smoke in the bars, so.
Right.
It wasn't just smoke-filled dormitory.
For the unfamiliar, they used to allow you to smoke cigarettes inside places. It's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Yes.
And restaurants and just like smoking and eating and ashing and cooking. And it's like, oh, what's happening here?
Yeah, it's fascinating. I actually worked with a guy in Lawrence who, when they had passed their smoking ban in like, it had to be like early 2000s or something, 2002, 3, somewhere in there. I think the time period in which I worked there. He had said, you just wait. Like, talk to kids in 10, 20 years and tell them you used to be able to do this and they'll be horrified. And I think even those of us that lived it are like, just the smell of cigarettes, outside almost is uncalled for. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, it does. And
who's smoking?
I don't ever remember like shaming other people for smoking either. Maybe because I grew up around smokers. I don't know. But my kids, like, we're driving down the street and they're like, oh, that guy's smoking. I'm going to yell at him. I'm like, no, you're not.
What would they yell?
Smoking is gross. I don't know.
You're killing yourself.
There's been a couple of times where I can hear my children's judgy voices, like, while we're passing smokers as we're walking in a building. I'm like, shush. Just.
Right.
Shush.
It's like, you know how you can smell that smoke? They can hear your words.
Exactly. I don't know where they got that judginess from. Probably their dad.
Oh, yeah?
I couldn't hold that one in, Matt.
Yeah, no kidding. That lasted half a second.
I know. I couldn't even hold on to that one.
Nearly fooled me.
And Monty's so judgy.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Oh, geez.
Judging people's other lawnmowers or their yards for not being pruned perfectly and smokers and all that stuff, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Classic Monty.
Classic.
Classic Monty.